Welcome back to What the Flick. I'm Matt, that's Alonso, that's Christy. We've got some news to share with you, but before we do, I'm going to encourage you to go to tytnetwork.com/app. You can download the TYT app. You can get all of What the Flick content, Pop Trigger, Nerd Alert, TYT Sports, the main show, that little thing that Jank's on, all in the convenience of your own pocket. So download the TYT app at tytnetwork.com/app. All right, so there's some big news. Christy, do you want to lead us off with the news about Chris Hardwick?
Yeah, so Chris Hardwick, who founded Nerdist, the empire of Nerdist, co-founded it, does the Nerdist podcast, and hosted At Midnight for many years, the game show At Midnight. And sort of a multimedia empire that he built for himself, has been accused by his longtime former girlfriend, Chloe Dykstra, there she is, of years of psychological and physical abuse. She did not name him by name. She wrote this long piece on medium.com in which she does not name him, she does not name his company, but it's clear who she's talking about, and it's pretty easy to figure out who she's talking about. And it kind of caught fire over the weekend on Twitter, and basically said that he controlled her, and that for years she was not allowed to speak unless spoken to, and that she was not allowed to leave the hotel room if they went to a Comic-Con somewhere, was not allowed to meet anybody out at night, and she could not drink. He's been sober for a long time. She says that he told her that she is not allowed to drink around him, and that increasingly he became very controlling of her to her own psychological detriment, and then she says that he would force himself on her when she didn't want to be intimate with him. And that the fallout has been swift. And severe. So pretty much everything that he built has now been yanked away from him.
Right, so he had been hosting Walking Dead, and AMC Talking Dead, and AMC says that he's not gonna be doing that anymore. And most notably, all of the panel hosting and moderating that he was gonna be doing at San Diego Comic-Con is now off the table for him. He's been pulled from all of that. One of the notable things is you followed this go through the Twitterverse, nobody was defending him. It seems like.
Well, except for Patty Hearst.
His mother-in-law.
Except for, he's now married to Lydia Hearst, daughter of Patty, and she posted on Twitter or someplace where she defended him.
Well, one thing that Chloe Dykstra alleges that people did back up on Twitter was the notion that when they broke up, he basically blackballed her in the industry. And I did see several tweets of various people saying, oh yeah, that's totally true. That is a thing. And obviously the intimate stuff, there's not going to be witnesses. There's not. It's going to be her story versus his. Although she clearly, I think, lays it out in a very detailed way. But yeah, the public accusation of he made sure that nobody would hire me. I saw several people on Twitter this weekend saying, "Oh yeah, that totally happened."
And you can imagine in a very male-dominated, very insular world like this, that he would have a lot of power.
Oh, no question.
He would have a lot of influence, and there would be a lot of people who, at his peak, which he seems to have been at, that they would want to do what he says.
Well, and the other thing is, look, I was having a discussion with some guys because I was at the Schmoes over the weekend, and we were talking about this because everybody who knows who we know talks about this.
Sure.
And some of them were like, well, the blackballing? I was like, look, here's how easy that actually is, right? When I was, so a guy like Hardwick and what he does, it's very easy to, even if you're saying, hey, Chloe, whoever, I don't like this person, don't hire him. What you do is, hey, I hear you're looking at this person, and I'm not gonna say anything bad, but I'm just gonna say, like,
you might want to think about that. Yeah.
Just be careful.
And that travels.
Right? And that travels, right? And you can do that without actually saying anything and saying, oh no, please don't hire this person. You just like,
you can poison the well.
You can have a seed of doubt, yes. So also Chris Hardwick hosts a show called The Wall, which is like a game show, right?
Yes,
it's like a crazy kind of like Japanese game show where they have to do nutty stuff, right? Is
that there's a big wall involved, but like I think everybody who's a contestant has like a story about why they need the money or something. I've never watched it. I don't know.
I have not either, right? And so they are saying We have had a positive working relationship with Chris Hardwick for many years. This is what AMC Network is saying.
ABC, I think.
No, this is, I'm sorry, yeah. No, sorry, AMC is where all the talking stuff is.
Right,
He also had a TV show called Talking with Chris Hardwick, which was the second season premiere was last night, or was supposed to have been last night, with Donald Glover. And AMC yanked that. And that is yet another thing, again, another piece of the pie or whatever it is, however you want to phrase it, that he has had out there, and that was taken away. But yeah, NBC hosts The Wall.
NBC.
Right,
sorry.
right. And they're saying that they take these allegations seriously, and production does not begin till September. In the meantime, they're going to assess the situation. So, I mean, really in a matter of like 2 days, everything that he was involved with, he is no longer, apparently. So we will follow this. Yeah.
Yeah. So, moral of the story, don't be creepy.
Yeah, and
don't
more.
Don't be a jerk.
And more, yeah. Yeah, we'll follow this. So,
and certainly don't expect that it's going to be a secret forever.
Right.
Also, somebody posted an excerpt from the book that he wrote, the Nerdist book that he wrote, and one graph in it says something about how if you go to Comic-Con, make sure your girlfriend stays in the hotel room because she doesn't want to go to any of the parties anyway. And maybe that was like a tongue-in-cheek kind of like bit of nerdy bravado. But that was several years ago that book
Code
came
for
out.
it's hard to pick up on other women.
Yeah.
If your girlfriend is there with you.
There you go. Anyway, but he is
other men might see her.
Yeah, he put out a statement over the weekend saying that he wanted to take a moment to really plan out very thoughtfully what he wanted to say, and he says this is all false, and that yes, we argued quite a bit, even shouted at each other. We were not a good fit for each other, but I would try to support her. And now he's married to Lydia Hearst. And anyway, so we will follow this. She says she has audio and video proof of some of the things that she is claiming.